Would you believe this one cassette sold for $25? Watch out for these metal cassettes. Good morning, YouTube. It's Labor Day, and I've got a few things I need to pack up that sold over the weekend, and I just thought I'd show you. Business has been pretty good lately, so I'm thankful for that. And yeah, here we go. 7 items here. These 4 items here, this one, this one, this one, and this one, I bought on Friday, and they all sold on Saturday when I listed them. So that was pretty amazing. So let's start with this set here. This is a set of DVDs on learning how to play the mandolin. Anytime I see like a set of how-tos, or I can lot together a bunch of how-tos on like how to play golf or how to play guitar or whatever, I pick them up because they usually sell pretty quick and easy, and for some decent money if you get enough of them together. That sold for $35, and I paid $5. The guy was selling them as this set like this, so I bought the set for $5 and took an offer for $35. I had it listed for $49.95. These 2 salt and pepper shakers are vintage, made in Japan. This one's got like some damage fixed on it. Still have the corks in them. They're pretty interesting, unusual. That's why I picked them up. I paid $1 for them. Listed them for $14.95, and they sold that same day. And watch out for salt and pepper shakers. Some of them, like the ones that are, I don't know how you say that word, anthropomorphic, like they're like little animals, you know, that look like human. Some of those go for in the $200-300 range, so keep an eye out for them. This tester, anytime you see Klein tools, especially on testing equipment, if you can buy it cheap, buy it cheap. They're easy to, usually battery operated, and I just left the battery in this one. It still works. So that I picked up. I paid $5 for this, and I took an offer for $21 that same day, like within 15 minutes of me listing it. And the big one of the day is this little thing, believe it or not. And it measures the speed of a baseball when it's so they had $40 on this, and I was like I better go look that up. So I went back to the car and looked it up on my phone, and yeah, they were going in the $250 range. So I bought it. And this one, the ones that were going for a little higher had more stuff to them, like a case and everything. This one just had this, and it had a little stand for your camera, the tripod. And the tripod was an Amazon tripod, so it wasn't part of this deal. So I just listed this for $230, and within 15 minutes of me listing it, it sold. Didn't even have to take an offer on it. So I think that was because there was a lot of sold comps, so I was right in there where they were. So I'm happy. I paid $40, flipped that the next day, so really good deal there. And then these the other 3 items are older items. This I bought, it's not been that long, probably 3 weeks ago. I picked up at Salvation Army. And no, I don't. I take that back. This was at an estate sale, and it was in a batch of books I bought. And this, anytime you see Black's Law Dictionary, you know, pick them up if they're a buck or two, because they sell really well, and the older ones sell for hundreds. This is a special edition, and this would actually be worth about 60 to 70 bucks, but it's got some damage. It's got some issues. It's got like a little bow in it to it that I couldn't get out. I tried to put some weight on it to try to straighten it out, but it wouldn't weigh out. And then it's got, you know, this little dirt on the edges here and some writing and everything, but inside clean and everything. So yeah, 35 bucks for that. I took the offer. Then this here wood care set, I picked these up like 2 years ago. I bought a bunch of them at Restore Place store. We got one good Restore in Montrose, and then the Restore in Grand Junction is horrible. So it's weird how different people run the same business, but you get totally different results. And the one Restore we find quite a bit of stuff at. And this one here, I bought a bunch of these. I think they're like a buck a piece. They're all new in the package, and there was 7 or 8 of them, and they've all been selling pretty well. I think this one sold for 15 bucks. I don't know. I'll pop it up on there. I can't remember what it sold for. But yeah, so we made our money out of these a long time ago, and I think I have one of these left. And then last video I sold the shirt part of this. I bought these two, the shirt and the jersey and the pants. These are motorcycle pants, riding pants, for 10 bucks for the pair. And the last video, the guy reached out and wanted to buy a jersey because these pants didn't fit him. So I relisted these pants, and they just sold for 40 bucks. So I made 80 bucks off of that $10 investment. So all in all, it's a pretty good day. I got to get all this packed up and get it ready to go out tomorrow, because Labor Day, the post office is closed. And there it is. Picked up a box of these dice. They're new dice. They're not numbered. They're from the Tropicana Casino, and there's 3 different styles here. Paid $5 for the whole box of them, and I'm selling these in pairs. And so far, I've sold about 12 pairs of them, between 5 and 7. I've got a $7 best offer price on them, and I'll take $5 if somebody offers me that. Real easy to ship. And you can see I still have quite a few pairs left, and I probably have sold about 12 pairs already. So pretty happy. And here I am picking out a pair that just sold, and for $5 I think. And these are going overseas, so that's pretty cool. This is an item I'm always looking out for at yard sales and thrift stores. Vintage motorcycle helmets sell really well. This one I picked up for $2, sold it for 50. It's kind of an off-brand, but still pretty good sale for me. But if you see a Bell Magnum sitting across the sale, run over there and grab that sucker, because they're worth a ton of money. And there's all kinds of vintage helmets that are worth from this on down, so be on the lookout for those. This is another item I'm constantly on the lookout for, is car badges and car emblems. Usually you can pick them up for $1 or $2, and they can sell for hundreds of dollars. There's usually a part number on them, and you can look them up by the part number to see what they fit. So that's a pretty good lookout there. And of course, I'm always on the lookout for books. I just love buying and selling books. You buy them cheap and sell them for quite a bit of money, some of them, and it takes a while to get a good eye for them, but when you do, you really can make some money. And keep an eye out for Alcoholics Anonymous books, because all the way up into the 70s they're worth money, but the 1939 Alcoholics Anonymous book is worth a small fortune. So when you're out there in the thrift stores, that's probably where you're going to find them. Always look in the self-help section. And last but not least is electrical test equipment. There's all kinds of it out there. Fluke and Klein are a couple of names I look out for. This is a name brand I'd never heard of before, but I bought a big tub of electrical supplies, switches and stuff that I needed around my house anyways. And this happened to be in there, and I paid $5 for the whole tub, and sold this within the same day that I had listed it. So always checking out for this kind of stuff.